Welcome to part 50 of Twilight Princess. We are still in City of the Sky, and game, what are you doing, game? Whoa, whoa, no, whoa, I'm getting dizzy. Oh, I think I'm getting a slight case of vertigo here. Ugh. Yeah, the game pointed out again where we need to go. So it's time to grab this human-headed chicken person, and away we go. Although we have to be careful as we descend here because there are keys, Deku Babas, and the real danger here is actually the gusts of wind that blow out to the side. If you happen to get caught in said gusts of wind, out you go, and we have to start this all over again. Bleh. So, and yeah, our vision pretty much sucks because if you get caught in the wind, out you go. However, if you're lucky, you might be able to dodge it no problem. Oh god! Whew, that was close. Okay, now I have to find a platform to land on. I need to find a platform to land on. Game, help. Oh, good. Land. Solid land. Much better. Yeah. Okay, now I know Midna says that the human-headed chicken people are eager to help, but I can't help but thinking that she's somewhat lying because obviously this person does not want to help Link. I mean, sure, it's struggling, but I'm sure it's because Link is heavy. But even though Midna is reformed, she can still be somewhat of a jerk, you know, jerk with a heart of gold and all that. So, I'm just saying. And good thing there are no you know, how chickens attack after you strike them many times. I wonder what would happen if, hypothetically, you were to attack the human-headed chicken people multiple times. I'm just wondering. Even though they did not program it into this game, I'm just curious. Anyway, we have finally reached our destination door. Yeah, I think it's the last time I used human-headed chicken people in this dungeon. I think. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a while since I played this. Oh no, the door's sealed behind me. I wonder if we are going to fight a mini-boss. Yeah, more than likely. So what we have to do here is we need to turn off this giant fan before fighting the mini-boss. And to do so, we need to grapple onto this switch right here. But since the switch is bigger than the others, we have to don the iron boots to turn it off. And then once the fan is turned off, we can just descend and drop down into the ground below. Whee! See? Good thing Link is a video game character, otherwise that would hurt. What's this? Hello? Oh, hi there. A flying armored lizard. Yes, meet the Aerofoal. Pretty much a new type of foal enemy that, well, debuted in this game. Anyway, what it does is, unlike its more ground-based cousins, it will flap up into the air, and when it's ready to strike, it will raise its shield to attack you. And guess what the shield looks like? Yep, a claw shot target. So when it brings out its shield, just a claw shot it so you can bring this thing closer to you and strike it. And you can use the shield attack to stun it to get some more hits off you. Now for this boss, well, mini-boss fight, it will go in and out of holes to try and confuse you. But again, just claw shot this sucker and, well, he'll be done just like that. Done like dinner. Now I'm wondering, what would these enemies taste like? I mean, I know they explode after you kill them, but if the remains were around, I mean, if you're a survivalist, you can roast them in a barbecue. I wonder what they would taste like, but it doesn't matter. This thing's dead. And you have to be so dramatic. There. Yeah. Alright, let's get our dungeon item. Let's see. What could it be? What could it be? I'm so excited. Ooh. Must be something cool, right? I mean, we get all a bunch of cool items, a bunch of new goodies in this dungeon. I wonder what... Come on. Now, first we have to, of course, claw shot up to it as soon as I get in the range. Thank you. And, yes. Oh, I'm so excited. What is... Ooh. Another claw shot? Really? Really? Although, to be fair, I'm not that disappointed. Because as the game says here, when you combine it with the claw shot that we already have, we now have the double claw shot, which means we can grapple from claw shot target to claw shot target without relying on touching the ground. Oh, something I like to point out in this room where we fought this mini-boss, there are also some blue tiles that would, well, you know, those collapsing blue tiles that fall down when you step on them, so, you don't have to worry about them too much. So as you can see here, I can grapple from one target now to one target now. Now we have to climb some vines in order to get out of here. So essentially, we are now Spider-Man or something. And no, I'm not going to sing Spider-Man, Spider-Man, or Spider-Link, or some other variation of. Why? Because this game has been LP'd too many times by other people. I'm sure someone out there has said it already. It's pretty much gotten old at this point. Especially now that Skyward Sword has been out for a good long while, and people who have done those LPs, well, spoilers, the claw shots make their return in that game, and people will probably be also singing Spider-Man and what other thing. I mean, seriously, it's done at this point. It's been done to death. Anyway, what I'm doing now is grappling from target to target so that I can get within range of a switch that I need to pull down in order to open this gate. In fact, the gate to the very left here, you can barely see it. And there you go. You know, I do have to be honest, the claw shots are fun to play around with, grappling from point to point. And I mean, it's no wonder they made a return in Skyward Sword. Although, to be fair, getting them in Skyward Sword, you have to go into a silent realm and face off against those guardian things. Well, not face off. You have to collect those tears of, I forget which goddess it is, but you have to face this, this whole gather the tears of goddesses without touching a guardian. It's like, ugh. I hate that. Now, I do admit, this sequence here is fun. In order to move quickly, just make sure you have the L target on at all times, and you can just lock on to each targeting point and just swing around. It's so awesome. Oh, yeah, compass. Oh, fine, I can find all the treasure chests. Who cares? I don't get them all in this dungeon. Now, it's also convenient that the claw shots are a matching set. I mean, they look virtually identical to one another. Now, I know it's probably due to gang coding and something. But imagine if Link got a, he got the claw shot at Lake Bed, and the claw shot he got here is radically different. It's different design. Imagine it being all blue or even pink. Yeah, maybe there are different claw shots for different genders, you know? Claw shot for him, or a claw shot for her. And this is another reason why the claw shots are awesome. Long range combat. As soon as I can kill these stupid Baba serpents. Die. And there we go. Good thing we don't have to worry about the dragon destroying this bridge, too. You know what? I'd like to point something out right now. This dragon here is supposed to be ravaging this city, right? Well, other than that bridge, and he doesn't do that much of that ravaging. All he does, and we'll see him at some point in this dungeon, he just circles around the tallest point of this dungeon. That's it. That's all he does. So, I mean, if we see him destroy other parts of this place throughout this playthrough, then I wouldn't mind him. I would take him more seriously as a threat. But right now, although to be fair, the boss battle with him coming up is pretty cool. But I'll save it for then. So now that we have the double claw shots, it is time to go back to the other side of this dungeon. You know, where I got that small key and the bridge where the dragon destroyed it? Well, guess what? We will use the claw shots to, well, essentially get across. How, you may ask? Well, ooh, that was a weird sound. Alright, drop. There we go. Well, there are P-hats above you, and guess what? We're going to use that lock-on L technique to essentially go from P-hat to P-hat, although you do have to be careful of those flying enemies that may bump you off and send you down to the bottomless pit below. Wee, this is fun. You know, I wouldn't be surprised at some point in the far future this was an actual ride at an amusement park, because that looks so exciting. Now, here's the thing. Throughout the history of the Zelda series, whenever Link gets into a wind dungeon, I'm surprised that his floppy hat never gets, never falls off. I know it's probably due to the game model. It's probably due to something, but I like to imagine that when the goddess's chosen hero puts on the iconic green outfit, somehow the hat magically stays into place. You know, it's kind of like, you know how like Indiana Jones always has his hat on whenever he is in dangerous situations. Granted, there were a couple of times that Indy lost his hat. There's the Temple of Doom with that crushing door. And then there's that time where the hat fell off on the tank on its own. But thankfully the hat always comes back to Indy, or Indy manages to save it. I mean, Indy is nothing without the hat. Just as Link is nothing without his green floppy hat. Although I do admit that the one time in this game that, well, Link doesn't have his hat on was when he was doing his, training with Mayor Bo here. You know, that sumo wrestling training? Yeah. I mean, that's the one time his hat is gone. But, to be fair, maybe the goddesses allow him to essentially take it off at his own free will. And when he puts it back on, enemies don't, force it off him or other things. And to be fair, Mario even loses his hat. Keep in mind Super Mario 64, where a vulture in one level and a monkey in another can steal his hat. So, yeah, even famous icons like Mario can lose his hat, but not Link. Nope, it's always on his head. He probably has it super glued or stapled or something. Yeah. I mean, it would be interesting if just one game, Link would lose his hat. And, one of his missions is to find his trusty trademark hat. I mean, come on, imagine. And don't get me started on Minish Cap. I know where your hat is your partner. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that game sometime in the far future. Don't worry, it won't be for a long time, though. Yes, that slooshing sound, those are chews, even though I do not hear them or anything. I don't know where they are. It's probably a good thing I don't hear them right now. Ugh. Yep. Ugh. Fun with claw shots. Alright, past me. Where to go? I mean, you can't blame me on being cautious. And, oh, I took damage there. Oh, darn. I lost a heart. But I didn't die. Like, yeah. Again, I'm a little bit more cautious here, again, because of the numerous bottomless pits, you know, to make up for the lack thereof of bombless pits throughout most of the Temple of Time. So, yeah. And coming up, I will be coming across 2 treasure chests that I will be trying to get, and I will take my sweet time to get. So, for the sake of moving things along and you not getting too mad at me, I'm going to speed that section up. When I get there, I will point it out. Ooh. I hear chews, but where are the chews? There you go. Look, no, look at the target. Look up. There we go. Yeah, there we go. There we are. Yeah, sometimes this place can be confusing because sometimes the grades can be integrated well into the structure, but otherwise it's not too bad if you know where to go. Oh yeah, here it comes. Here comes the section in question. There's a treasure chest I'm going to try and get here, and the one I will get over there. There'll be tile worms and other enemies, and it's just rupees and bombs. I mean, nothing of consequence really. I will get my heart pieces eventually. Alright, so let's get this out of the way. I'm going to speed things along so we can continue onward through this dungeon. So, well, here we go. Yeah, don't go for those treasure chests. They are not worth it. Well, the rupee might be worth it, but it's 20 rupees. It's nah. You know, look, it's one of these big babas. Those baba-like things. We haven't seen one of those since the Forest Temple, so yeah. And it's trying to chin butt me. Oh boy. What? Crimson Chin, you are not my friend. Or correction, my enemy. Yeah. Yeah, just as it tries to chin butt you, just take a nice stab because the Master Sword has range. Of course, there are Baba serpents in the area too, so you want to be careful. And die. Now, let's see. Now to destroy the remaining of the plants. Come on. No, don't plant the bomb, you idiot. There we go. Okay. Go. Yeah. Ah! Let go of me, Audrey 240. There you go. There's the other one. Alright. Oh yeah, there are keys in the area. Now, to get to this upper area, we have to get onto one of those collapsing columns and quickly grapple to the vine nearby. And then we have to make our way upwards. And we will make our way upwards and continue onward through this dungeon in part 51. And, yeah, it's going to be exciting. We will get heart pieces and pose in broad daylight. Wow. How odd. Alright, so, I'll see you then. Bye-bye now.